The South African Police Service, or rather government employees, are recommitting themselves to fighting gender-based violence. Scores of public servants are preparing to march from Church Square to the Union buildings in Pretoria. Government leaders will participate as they seek to reinforce President Ramaphosa's call for society to stop killing, or rather the killing of women and children. Our reporter, Sipho Stuurman, is there. Let's cross live to him now. A very good morning to you, Sipho. What's happening where you are?
Well, a very good morning to you, Desiree, and our viewers at home. We're coming from Church Square, where scores of government employees have gathered here, and of course we know that the plan is to march to the Union buildings, and they're doing this, of course, to raise awareness regarding the scourge of gender-based violence in the country that we've seen in recent months. And of course, you know, the UCT student Uyinene really led, Uyinene's killing rather led to an outpouring and an outcry in the country of, monumental numbers and people saying enough with the killing of women and children. Here in Pretoria particularly, we had the Dross, rape case where Nicholas Nino pleaded guilty. So there's definitely a number of issues that this country is facing in terms of women abuse and children abuse. Now, let me speak to government spokesperson, that is Umama Upumla Williams. Thank you very much for joining us this morning on SABC News. Talk to us about this demonstration by government employees. What is the significance of it?
Thank you very much. I think I must start off by saying that public servants happen to be members of society themselves. So the scourge of gender-based violence equally affects them. But I think this march today, led by the Department of Public Service and Administration, is as a department that is central in the employment of public servants, has called on this march to firstly raise the awareness, but also to get public servants to recommit that we will respond to the president that this matter has become urgent and something has to give, something has to be done differently in making sure that we all put our hands on deck. And that's the commitment that the public servants are making today.
So what does it actually mean when you say to get public servants to recommit? Are you saying perhaps public servants that are in police, they need to attend to issues of gender-based violence more diligently? What does it mean? If you can just unpack us for us this recommitting.
Public service has got policies in place, and they have to also adhere to some of the issues around the gender-based violence. But the announcement by the president that the rate at which these killings have been happening, it therefore suggests what we have in place is not effective, is not happening. We need to do something much more differently, and as public servants, and you're correct in saying that the public servants represent the police, the nurses, the teachers, the doctors, you name that whole pool of public servants. They are the people who are supposed to be implementing some of the measures that have been put in place. What do we do in the police station? What is currently in place, and what is it that we need to do differently? What is it that I'm doing in my department with my policies on gender-based violence, and what is it that I need to go back? Because I think what we are saying is that today, yes, it is raising the awareness, but that recommitment suggests when we go back, we need to reflect to say, what is it that we were doing? And the fact that it's not effective, what is it that we will put in place? And that's why we are having.
Sometimes we often wonder, is that are we not doing this because it's reactionary from the part of government, and that once the march is done, then we all move on until we hear of another gruesome murder?
Sipho, I think that's why I started off by saying that public servants happen to be members of society. They also have, in various ways, have been impacted by the scourge of the gender-based violence. If I can say, the numbers that you are seeing here, they were not instructions, they were just a call to join. And I think the public servants, the numbers that you are seeing, it's the commitment that people are saying, it cannot happen in my space. I have to do something in my space to make things happen, to protect public that is within my institution, but also in the public.
All right, Pumla Williams, that is government spokesperson. Thank you very much for your time. You've confirmed that Minister Senzo Mkhunu is going to be leading this march.
Yes, Minister Senzo Mkhunu. In fact, the invitation has been extended to all the ministers. We will see who are able to make it, but I can confirm that Advocate Shamila Pito is going to be part of this. She will give some remarks today before we depart, but yes.
All right, thank you very much. Well, that's quite important as well to have the NPA head as part of this, because of course many always complain that when these cases go to court, cases of gender-based violence, they never are successful. So it's important to have the justice sector also here as part of the strategies to fight gender-based violence. But yes, as she says, a number of government employees have gathered in their numbers quite early in the morning. Perhaps if I can just move out of shot, you can just see they're wearing black. To just, demonstrate that this is things cannot go as per normal in South Africa after we've seen a high number of women and children facing a lot of abuse. We will continue to watch this march to the union buildings and bring all the coverage live here on SABC News. But for now, I expect to you in studio.